This week on the warm-up room,
Recapping the last weekend of the year.
we have our final trivia segment with Coach O.
And we look back on the 2026 show choir season.
I'm Aiden Flowers.
And I'm Dobbs Durkin. Welcome back to the warm-up room.
And I didn't have any lines.
This is true, because his lines come later.
That's Coach O, guys.
There is a somewhat of a somber air, bittersweet air
Yes,
to this
100%.
to this episode. We closed out our season, our weekend, with Brandon Show Choir Elite, Dobbs and I being on commentary, Coach O himself, Jason Odom, being the MC for the event. Though this was not the longest running Elite that we've ever seen, I'm
Praise the
still
Lord.
absolutely drained.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think by the time we had left the competition, I don't know what time you guys left. I left a bit earlier than y'all. That was maybe the most sore I've been in a while. And I didn't really do anything either. My shoes just hurt, my feet.
I think like my body was just so tensed the entire day from just like, it sounds weird, I guess, but just like the energy in the room. Like we were just so, we had to be on the entire time. And like, I was just drained afterwards. And this happened at Wheaton too. There were some groups that went on that, while, great, like really, there wasn't a bad group that day, like genuinely. There was just a moment of, I gotta find something to say because my brain is fried. And luckily we had the talents of Mr. Case Farnham when he came in and threw us an assist.
So I went to bed at 4:30 in the morning on accident on Saturday morning. Just couldn't fall asleep. There's just nothing else to it. And then Jason wakes me up at like 6:40. He's like, Dobbs, we have to go to show choir. And I was like, oh no. So I skipped Bella's show. I just took a walk outside and enjoyed the air, and just
felt great.
Tried to
beautiful outside.
reconnect with nature for a second. There were a couple of groups where I was just sitting there like this the whole time, just kind of in my chair and just kind of like looking at it happen.
Yeah.
Case was my note taker up until the ambition where he just decided to not take notes.
Well, can we read some of these, please? I want to look at where is let's see.
He stopped at the ambition.
So he stopped at the ambitions. Before that was Brandon Middle School Blitz, where he typed, "Yo, I know them." And before that was Pisgah Energy. Here are the top three, right? Bradley. Dobbs just informed me that he doesn't even read these. I am having a crisis right now. And then it...
Yeah, that was it.
then it just stops.
With that being said, obviously this is going to be as far as like a recap of events goes, this will be the shortest one that we've probably ever done outside of maybe the first episode of the season. But I do want at the end for us to have a moment to just kind of give our final thoughts on the 2026 season. I know that's kind of the routine that we've fallen in. It's kind of what we do after every season, or what we have done for the past couple of years. And so we're gonna go ahead and look at the last few results that we have of this season. We'll talk fairly in depth about Elite because we were all there. Get some trivia out of the way, and then get this thing on the road.
Yes. The first competition of two that took place last weekend, including Southern Choirs, was the HOA Heart of America. What? Was the Heart of America Orlando 2026.
The Heart of America.
Right.
Case.
The home with the
Case.
In your mixed tier 2 division, in second place, Rosa Scott High School Radiance, and in first place with best vocals and best visuals, Tarpon Springs High School Syndicated Sound. Shout out.
Love them.
Your mixed division tier 1 placements. In 10th place, Jackson Prep Revion. In 9th place, Madison Central High School Reveille. In 8th place, Keller Central Voices of Central. In 7th place with Best Tech Crew, Huntingdon Varsity Singers. In 6th place, Johnson Synergy. 5th place, Olentangy Keynotes. In 4th place with Best Band, Westside ATSC. In 3rd place, Mountain Zion Swingsations. In 2nd place, Johnston Innovation. And in 1st place with Best Show Design. In prelims, Los Al. In finals, it went Olentangy, Mount Zion, ATSC with Best Band, Most Improved Performance, Johnston in 2nd, and a sweep by Los Al. Congrats to everyone who performs there. I think it was an acapella or a choir something division, something like that.
I don't know that showchoir.com
I don't think I put it in there.
covers that as much. I think at one point they used to, but not.
I thought they did.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
shout out to our groups. I know that that's not the. I'll say specifically for the large mixed groups, large and up, I guess. I know that's not the result that everyone wanted. However, keep all of this in mind. We said it last week. This on paper is, I'm not gonna lie, it's bordering on being more stacked than Nationals was this year. And just by finals placements alone, read those finalists out again.
4th runner-up, Olentangy. 3rd runner-up, Mountain Zion Swingsations. 2nd runner-up, Best Band, Most Improved Performance, Westside ATSC. 1st runner-up, Johnston Innovation, Grand Champ with a sweep, Los Al.
That's nuts. That as a finals is crazy. With like Olentangy being the 5th placement there. Look, I'm looking at their record right now. Like they're not shabby. You know what I'm saying? And so them being 5th place there, and then the next group being Mount Zion. Well, we saw Mount Zion. We know what they're like. That was crazy. Mm-hmm. And ATSC is phenomenal. Obviously, always has been. We actually saw their a recently retired director this past weekend, Doran Johnson, as he was a judge at Elite. And then Johnston has been on an absolute tear for the past 3 years. It took vocals off Linmar this year, which was seemingly impossible until that moment. And then there's obviously Los Al, who is Los Al's gonna Los Al. I know this will be the last show choir weekend we cover. It's probably not going to be the last show choir event that I watch, because I know that Burroughs has their.
We're putting on Oceans. We're watching. Oh, there's no live stream for Oceanside.
There was.
There's not one.
So wait, when is Heart? Did Heart already happen?
I believe so. Let's find out.
Because Heart was typically the weekend of Nationals, or the weekend before. Or did it not happen?
Oh, that's not. Heart Encore was last weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so we're gonna keep up with everything that's going on there, just so that we can see. Obviously, we're very invested in our newfound friends over at John Burroughs. Casually, which is just what a.
Still nuts.
We'll get into that with the year in review. But I do believe we did. That was our only other comp other than Elite, right?
Indeed, it was.
So let's get into Elite.
Moving over to the. Hold on. Excuse me.
God bless.
Moving over to the Brandon Show Choir Elite. Let's go all the way down. In your middle school division, 4th place. We can talk about middle school, right?
Yeah, of course.
4th place, Northwest Rankin Middle School, The Ascent. 3rd place, CCA One Life. 2nd place with Best Visuals, Best Soloist, Mary Carter Gambles. And Best Overall Performer, Carson Armstrong, Northwest Rankin Middle School, The Accord. And in 1st place with Best Vocals, Best Overall Production, and Best Overall Performer, Talon Donovan. Shout out, Talon. Jackson Academy Showtime. We'll stop right there and we'll discuss middle school for a second.
100%. Let's do it. So look, the one thing that I have been really happy to do this year has been to engage more on the middle school side of things. We have, for the past couple years, known that we've got an audience with middle schoolers, especially the eager ones who are learning about show choir kind of for the first time, like most of us were in middle school, and I remember being a middle schooler just spouting off random show choir facts like it was nothing. I was talking to somebody the other day, the way I used showchoir.com in middle school was so ridiculous. It's and I know that there are other kids out there who are doing that. And so most of our reasoning for not covering middle school for such a long time, at least, was just that we weren't there for it. Typically, it's another day, and when we're not actively at a competition where we're being, basically forced to. I say forced. We love to do it, but like, where it's part of our job to sit down and watch every single group. It's hard to catch every middle school group. But this year we've had more of an opportunity to do that, and it helps when we're at a competition like Elite where it's all in the one day, so it's easier, more digestible. That being said, it's just been a joy to watch some of these really, really phenomenal middle school groups perform. Let's talk a little bit about
Sorry, you just found Sam all again.
Oh, word.
Sorry, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the Ascent. I know we can kind of go 4-1 here. The Ascent, I will say I felt it was pretty clear they were going to be our fourth placement. But that's not.
Yeah,
that's
it's not like a reflection.
More of a
on
logistics
them.
thing,
Right.
like than anything else. Just because it's an all girls group, and we didn't have like the most stacked or the most dense middle school division. But I thought it was great. As far as the last run for their season is concerned, I thought it was really, really nice.
I mean, yeah, I heard the horror stories of the first time out where they thought they were gonna have one closer, and then the closer came on as their second to last number, and all the kids were like,
I guess we're doing our closer.
What do we do? Very, very well done. It's a first year girls choir from middle school.
Is this their first year?
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh.
So there's nothing really else to say other than congratulations. Like that's
100%.
Like it. Like he said, there wasn't a bad group there.
No, including
that day.
them. Yeah,
I think
Right.
this is just, it goes more to the testament of how large Northwest's choral division
Right.
Their
has
roster
grown.
is so deep
Oh
now,
my
man.
God.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. And then on to CCA One Life. They started their show, and I was like, you know what? They can sing.
Yeah,
They absolutely can. I think that Miss Cindy Nix is one of the directors that needs to be talked about way more. She does their middle school and
She
their
also
high school.
choreographs for these choirs.
She's their director and choreographer.
Yes.
I talked to her backstage for the first time ever, and she was so nice. She was so kind.
yeah,
I've been watching CCA for a while now,
right.
and they've been really good for a while now. So she's absolutely
Yeah, I remember watching CCA last year at Madison Central. CCA's high school group for one. But I remember thinking like the word that comes to mind is put together.
Yes.
Like they've always been very put together. Their show is it's clean, it works. We made the joke kind of when they came on, like if there was a judge who saw Clinton on the sheet and thought like just assumed that it's like attaché related, and made the joke of
Dave, you've done it
Dave,
again.
you've done it again. This is great. And then they came on and we're like not to make the comparison to attaché. It's very different, but more to say like
Heard it here first. TWR compares CCA
Right,
One
yeah.
Life to Clinton Addison.
But all that being said, like it's a very well put together show. Like show design wise, I enjoyed their stuff last year. I really enjoyed their middle school show this year, and their high school show as well. We'll get to that later. But yeah, we talked about. I remember specifically talking about like basics
Right.
with them, and there's a world out there where CCA could have been in second or even first in this competition if Showtime and the Accord maybe weren't as on their game. Because
And there's also like a way to go about it, saying like, from a judge's point of view, oh look, they did all this crazy stuff. They had all this, like whatever about all these other groups, but like, if you just go basics, clean choreo, good vocals for 20 minutes, like there's a judge in the world that says, okay, I like that the most. It's the most put together. That's first.
And if they're gonna show up somewhere, it's probably gonna be Brandon Elite.
Wow.
We love our judges though; they did a great job. Moving on to Northwest Rankin, the Accord.
Yes.
With the show that when they came off stage, I was like, yeah, that's probably gonna do it. Like, that's probably gonna win this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And though they didn't, they still put on a really phenomenal show. the thing about Northwest, and we'll talk plenty about Northwest this entire day, obviously. But they do stuff that I don't see often, and when I say that, I mean it typically just isn't something that's in the cards for many schools. But to have doublers from your middle school to your high school group is rare, and not just in the sense that not every school allows that, but more so in the sense that not every school wants to do that with there's not many schools that have the talent depth in their middle school program that could even potentially support their high school program. Northwest is a different beast entirely in that sense. Their kids are great from top to bottom.
The stuff that Camp has done over there, Camp Wilhelm, in the time that he's had them, it has been really cool to watch. He hung out with us a lot in the beginning part of the day. He came over and just, chatted with us about whatever for like the first half of the day. And then, we blinked.
And I woke up at home.
So, huge shout out to him. Huge shout out to that group. They put on a very, very, very good show. And it went all the way to a caption split with 3 judges.
Yeah.
Right? A caption split on a 3-judge panel is pretty impressive.
Middle school too.
Right.
This was tight.
Now on to Jackson Academy Showtime, who went out there, they sang and they danced well enough to it's not really like a this part of that show was, this or that and the other. Like it's just, it was so clean and put together. I think we completely forgot to do their notes on this.
I remember talking about them though.
Come on, Case.
It was it's similar to CCA in the sense that like basics done well will win you competitions.
Right.
But just on a more complicated level, their vocals. Well, obviously they didn't take choreo, but it was still good enough. The gap was still there. It was still close enough for them to take the entire division. But to speak on their choreo, like it was simple, but it was clean, and the simplicity did not feel like it was like some choreography. You can tell, like especially in high school divisions where they're doing stuff that I'm like, you know what, this may not even really be a middle school level of choreo.
Right.
Like we could probably do more here. For them, this was like exactly what I would expect typically from middle school choreography. And it was clean.
And it hit.
It hit really well.
It did what it had to do.
But to speak on what they did ultimately, like with their vocals, they came on stage and started singing. And it really did feel like, I was like, okay, well, even if they're in second, it's like there's probably your vocals. And throughout the show, it was consistent enough. Consistency.
I think we had a caption split.
We did
after
have
their awards,
have a caption split.
Or before their awards, sorry.
But I think the consistency in their vocals is ultimately what won them this division. And yeah, I think Jacob Butzine is doing a really great job there. And Mandy Kate Myers doing her part as well, and making sure that they understand the fundamentals of what they need to win. And yeah, they've just been improving and improving and improving. And this is a flip of a result from last year, which is always kind of fun to see in this division. So yeah, shout out to Showtime for sure.
Yeah, I think that it's what I always remember is or I always forget that Mr. Butzine is from Ohio until I hear his group sing. So it's pretty good
fair.
indicator.
Yeah.
Hold on, when was Sam Mulligan last active? Now I'm interested.
Send me that.
I'm adding him as a friend. Okay, I just did it. Oh my gosh! It's like I said, a risky text. Oh my gosh! Okay. Anyway, Cristo Way Fort Worth College Prep, Blazing Blue in your single cliff division with People's Choice in 3rd place. Your 2nd place, Northwest Rankin High School, The Ambition, and your 1st place. We'll do overalls later. Northwest Rankin High School, The Allure. A flip of what we saw last weekend. I think the guys kind of came off stage and they were like, well, that one sucked. And we were like, what are you talking about? They're like, we don't really know. It just wasn't there.
We were losing our mind.
Everyone in the room was going
awesome.
nuts.
Everyone always does. Oh my god.
And they came off stage and they were like, yeah, that sucked. And we were like, what?
Nah, what are you talking about?
It was awesome. Like anytime you get to see an all-guys show, I've seen 2 of the 3 in the South this year live. Did I see Blood? No, I didn't. I mean, it's just a treat. Like it's just. Well, I guess I've seen 3 of the 4 if you include Lake Forest Revolution.
That's true.
Or
I need
Boys to Men.
a Biloxi appearance at the Brandon Show Choir Elite next year. I need this to happen. Ramogi, I know you're listening.
And so
he needs you to pull some strings.
Hear me out. Elite is. I think this is public information to directors. I'm not like worried about saying this right now because
I don't know how much the kids really care.
Right. It's moving weekends next year. So we will not be hosting Elite the weekend after Nationals. It's either trying to remember when it is. It either is the weekend of Nationals or it's the weekend that Madison Central typically goes. I know it's gonna be different, right? It's gonna be different. But that's where we're going. And I think while that closes the door for some groups to go, it opens the door for more than you'd think. Most choirs typically aren't competing this far after spring break because I do believe this would be, well, it's only a week after their spring break, after Brandon's at least. But bringing it back to the front of spring break in the typical show choir season, keeping the momentum from weekend to weekend going, I think will open the doors up for more competitive divisions and maybe doing what we had hoped we would do this year and open it up to 2 days. I mean, I've made this very public, but I want a finals at Elite, but we can't have a finals if we don't have the depth in the divisions to make that happen. So I would encourage everyone who is even halfway sort of interested in Elite, sign up.
Do it. It's fun.
It's really fun.
It's a great time.
The venue's great, and the more packed out that venue is, the more fun it is. I mean, the most packed out the venue was, besides Brio, was for Northwest and JA at the very end of the day.
Yeah.
And the energy was just amazing. So if you're at all interested in that, like, shout out, and come on, let's do it. Run it back next year. To talk a little bit about Cristo Rey.
Yes, let's please.
I thought that was probably the most interesting show I'd seen of the day.
I was gonna say the show design was probably the most intricate and like well done. I forgot what the story was called.
Radium Girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's someone explained who knows. He's googling.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know the story. So it's the story of these girls who, in a point in real world history, like where they were in a factory doing making clocks and painting on the hands of the clocks.
Shout out Home with the Network 2023.
Glow in the dark substance, radium, that at the time was not as regulated because I don't think it did indeed actually glow green. But it wasn't clear whether or not that would, potentially poison people at the time. And we know now, obviously, that it definitely does if you ingest it. And the story goes is that as they would paint on the hands of these clocks, they were told to lick the brushes and get them moist, so that they could better use the like fine edges of the brushes. Right, yeah. So there's
see a big old green glob on the screen.
There's lots of storylines in the show, but about women's rights and workers' rights and protections put in place by different unions and stuff that have now come to be because of their story. And I do believe there's a play / musical of that story, and that's where a lot of the narrative comes from. But as far as what they did on stage, the thing that stuck out to me most was the commitment to like atmosphere.
Yes.
Within the show. Now they did place third in this 3-group division, and that was not necessarily a shock to us. There's a difference in the show choir community in Texas versus the one here. And it's not as developed. And so there's a lot of difference in style and even just knowing, I think, what judges are expecting typically. And That's not a shot at Cristo Rey. It's really just the fact that like they're when you come to another division or another region, there are different things that you expect. We feel the same way whenever Southern groups go up to the Midwest. The judges, even though we have a lot more of a crossover now, which is awesome, between judges, there is a different expectation when you eventually put a Southern group right up next to a Midwest group. And I think the same thing happens when you put like a Southwest group, like a Texas, or even Oklahoma or California up next to a Southern group as well. So, no shot at Cristo Rey for their third placement. They did a phenomenal job. I thought the show was executed very well.
I think we can give a lot of props to them too.
Yeah.
Because for the theme, of course, it's very intense, and the girls play into it very, very well. Their director, Miss Veronica, was so kind of me backstage. I got to talk to all of the directors. That was like my favorite part of the day. And we absolutely loved having them here. They won the People's Choice Award.
Yeah, deservedly so. Like they put on a really great show.
And all of the kids were so kind too. I can only imagine. Now I don't know. It's probably similar. Like whenever Grenada and Brandon went up to Mount Zion last year.
Yeah.
And you walked into Brandon Elite and there's 2 Texas groups there. And
yeah.
Like, oh hey guys. I don't know if they saw each other before.
Weirdly, not the first time we've had 2 Texas groups. One of them is a repeat performance, but Cristo Rey's their first time out here, and we were very happy to have them.
Yeah, I mean, I loved the show. I thought it was very well executed. Their director was super sweet. I spoke to her at like multiple points throughout the day, which was really cool. But yeah, moving on to your winner of the division, Northwest Rankin High School, the Allure. I mean, they just killed it.
Yeah,
like
this is a great show.
The show started, and we were all kind of sitting at the table, and Aiden kind of like was already looking at me when I looked at him, and he was sitting there like, "Yo, this is like really good."
The way that I think about it, and I haven't watched any of the Northwest groups this year. Just haven't been able to bump into them.
Yeah.
Seen some videos, but of course videos don't do it justice. And you watch the Ambition, and then you watch the Allure back to back, and then you realize you get to watch all of those kids on the same stage later in the day.
It's super cool.
They set themselves up well. It was a good representation of their guys' power, great representation of their female power, and then like the general thought afterwards was like, man, this could be a treat when they get on stage together. I thought the Allure did great. The only thing I would say about the Allure, and I think this is probably just an issue for them and has been for the season, most likely when you look at the results, like their consistency left a little bit more to be desired. But man, when they were on, it was nuts. Their opener had me like, why haven't they been winning this entire season?
Right.
Middle of the show, you can kind of see where they're lacking a little bit of the energy and the definition in their performance, but the bookends of that show are like some of the best energy, some of the best technique from a girls group that I've seen all year, and I thought it was really, really good. To have them on stage.
Something about Northwest groups, and we'll get to the whole the ambassadors deal in a little bit, but like the energy that they put out on stage, all 5 choirs, I guess, was so incredible. It was unmatched the entire day. Like not a single group got close to giving out that same amount of like oomph behind their performance. Bless you.
Bless me.
That being said, we'll move to the small mix division.
Yeah, lots to talk about there.
4th place, Morton High School, 1 accord. 3rd place, bless you.
Thank you.
Pass Christiane Luminary. 2nd place, Pisgah High School, or senior high school, Energy. And 1st place, CCA Extreme. Anyone want to take it? J Money.
So Morton.
So.
I am so unbelievably happy that I got to show off this group to my friends and my family and the other people there that day. Getting to talk to them and getting to talk to my director just filled my... It is like everything that I could have wanted in one room was there. And Aiden and Dobbs. So that was really cool.
The 2 cherries on top.
But I mean, this was a great division. I'm super, super proud of my kids. They have done so well all year long. We talked about it a bit on the live stream that every single year they just keep improving.
100%.
And I hope to see that in the future as well. So I'm so happy for them. Pass Christiane in 3rd. I've been waiting on them this whole year, they have always been very impressive. Of course, when it comes to small division stuff, we're always chatting about the different groups, and Past Christiana's normally one, at least for this year, has kind of gone under the radar. We haven't really talked about them a lot, which I thought was weird because, I mean, I'm looking at the record right now, and they've done pretty solid.
They've snuck into the homeroom rankings a couple times this season, and I don't know that they're not in it now. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that it is, or at minimum, word on the street. I've talked to certain people that have all but confirmed that Luminary is planning on bumping up to middle mix next year, and will be in that division for the entire season, which is always a really interesting thing to hear. My thing with Luminary, like, I heard from some of their kids that they didn't feel as confident about their run as they wanted to. They had some people out. They had some stuff on stage break. But from the audience's perspective, I really couldn't tell. I really couldn't tell. I thought it was a really great show. Shout out. I mean, I already did on the live stream. A shout out to Anthony Gooden.
There was one moment in their show where they all threw doubles. And I'm gonna say it, like, there's something about watching those, like, watching the Attaché boys with dark jackets and white undershirts throw doubles, and you just see you see the white at the same time, and you're just like, yes. Yeah. I saw the exact same thing happen in their show where all the guys just were like, screw it, and they all threw doubles, even the guys on the risers, and it was like flash, and you were like, yep, that's it, bang. Like there were parts of their show where they were just like. It's also their 7th competition. Eighth. Sorry, 8th.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They didn't go to Madison Central.
Oh, they didn't? Oh, well, then this is our 7th.
And I believe at 1, 2, 3, 4, all 5 of these comps right up here, they were up against West Marion.
Yeah. So that second place means a lot in that competition. They have, I do believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, they've beaten Pisgah earlier this season. And that I know can be frustrating when you come into a division and you maybe expect one result and then you don't get that.
Oh, maybe CCA is the one who's.
CCA.
I think CCA is the one who's beaten Pisgah this year.
Yes, correct.
Aside from this one competition.
One more look at it. Oh, maybe not. Well, regardless, you come into a competition expecting the best, and getting third. While in this specific instance, I think third is very valid. Like
pretty solid.
It was a really solid lineup as far as small division is concerned.
I do believe that both CCA and Pisgah have been in the homeroom rankings that they've been posting.
Yeah.
Deservingly so as well. So I was very excited to see all of these groups go at it again.
And while I do think it shaked out pretty close to how I had it in my mind at least. That's just to say, like, they're all great. Like, all of them were great.
I wish there were captions in this division.
Yeah, I think there's a world where that happens at Elite, or we can.
I saw
instead of 57 trophies.
Yeah, we have
404 trophies.
Yes, I want
best
9
second numbers, best third number.
I want a 4th best performer,
but
for
in each
group.
division.
Best brown shoes, best black shoes. Best tennis shoes.
Someone one of our crew members on stage said, looked at me and said, "Where's the best transitions trophy?" And I was like, "Shut up, bro."
You're like, dude, I don't know.
Like she was like, "I just can't believe that I feel like we're just like making up trophies." And I'm like,
yeah, kind of.
I'm like, well, 1, we're not the first ones to do this, and 2, I like giving them out.
Dude, I double them. I want to
best opener, best ballad, best closer. I think that's just the start. Like
those should be at.
Biloxi was robbed of best ballad.
Every year they're robbed of best, and they weren't even here, and they're robbed of best.
They're still robbed.
No, I like the fact that we give out a lot of trophies, and then again, that's coming from me who got to read them out. It is the best part of the comp for me. Last year, this year, it fills me with so much joy.
Have we gotten to Pisgah yet?
No, we've not.
All right, cool. I want to tackle them. They can sing.
Yeah, they can.
Their ballad hit.
That's Miss
The-
Smith.
right.
That is all Miss
They
Smith.
had all those kids. Who's the one who you thought graduated for the last 3 years?
I forget his
Anthony
name.
Reynolds,
Anthony,
bro.
yeah.
So
I swear, bro, graduated.
I could have
a year
sworn
ago.
he's graduated like at least 4 times
the
now.
first group I ever choreographed for was for Pisgah Energy in 2023, and we did. Elizabeth and I did their spring show, and we were like, "Man, this Anthony kid's pretty good. He is very good."
Yeah.
And then he came back. We were like, "Oh, okay, he must be like a senior now or
Right.
something." And then 25, you were like, "Man, now he's
He's
getting
gotta
there."
be.
And then I'm watching him on stage again. I talked to Miss Smith about this as well. I was like, "When is he getting out of here?"
Oh, he redshirted like 3 times.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's still got 4
He's
more.
actually our age. I don't know if you knew that, but yeah, he's coming on the pod next week.
Yeah.
Joining the warm-up room.
But I talked to him backstage as well, and I was like, "Dude, when are you getting out of here?" I swear he graduated 3 times by now. He is a senior this year, unfortunately.
That sucks, man, because he's great.
But he
Yeah, no,
he
I
has
wanted
been an
to-
incredible guy for them. It looks like
I wanted to
on
shout
top
him
of
out.
that, they've done a very a very good job of beefing up their numbers for next
Yeah.
year as well. Because they've got. I was talking to these 3 guys that were all taller than me, and they were 7th, 8th, and 9th grade.
That's crazy.
And so they've got some talent for the foreseeable future.
Good. Yeah, no, they put on one heck of a show.
100%. Beautiful
a
theme.
Very
Lovely
nice theme. It probably wasn't the cleanest run they would have wanted. And then, CCA came out there. Basics.
It was great.
Check all the boxes. And there's not really much else you can.
The
you can
vibes
argue
were
with.
immaculate when
Right.
CCA did their show. I can't lie and say that I'm not a little tired of the boy band theme. Like, I just feel like I've seen it a lot. That being said, their version of it with just the range of groups like that they had represented on their stage, I thought was really nice. Like, they did a lot of bands.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
you should see it on their set. Like, I was sitting in a spot where I could see like the stage right one, and the stage right one had it had like 10 boy bands on it, and I'm like, wow, that's like a really great thing.
Yeah.
And then I came to the other side of the room and saw the other side of their set, and it had like just as many boy bands on it. It was pretty nuts.
Cindy Nix has been choreographing and I guess directing them
Yes.
since 2016.
Since 2016.
She's been doing this for
The camera
forever.
locked on me again. I'm gonna change that real fast.
The baby. Yeah.
I'm probably
yeah.
not even gonna cut that. Like, we're just at a point now where
The
this is very lax.
right.
and
This
we're
is
both
more
stupid,
very similar to episode 0 of.
which is fine.
this
Like, I'm
season.
not mad at it.
No,
But
no.
let's chug along to obviously
Let's
our
do
we
it.
division.
We can
did
do
not-
middle and NEJ
at the same time, right? Yeah.
So your tier 3 and tier 2 placements were Burleson Centennial Shades of Blue in second place of tier 3, and South Jones Company in first place of tier 3. And your sole competitor of your tier 2 division was Northeast Jones, Gold Horizons with Griffin Mangum Shining Star Award, Cruz Parker Spirit of Gold Award. What?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. That's a big. That's
yeah,
actually a big
Best
deal.
cost. Oh, okay, cool. Best
Yeah.
costumes as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So let's talk about Burleson for a little bit.
I will start off by saying this is the only group that I missed that day.
Okay.
That's a shame.
And
It's a
Because
shame.
they were
And
really
I
good.
actually- pretty good, yeah.
Because I walked back in. I think that was whenever I had to run back to get my charger, or it was like I was going somewhere to do something, and I
As we
get
do.
back in, and everyone's like, "Oh, you didn't see that show? You didn't see the show?" I watched it a bit on the
Live stream.
projector.
Yep.
I can't believe I missed though.
Yeah,
What
it
a
was
scam.
nice. It was a nice change of pace from what they had last year, which I think is really where the story lies for them. Like, I think last year they came in with a little bit more of just a traditional, like, we're just gonna pick some good songs, we're gonna sing them, we're gonna dance to them, and we're gonna call it a day. And I remember their band being really stellar, and I remember thinking like, okay, there's
Both
a lot
Texas
of
bands. Were
Yeah, I would say
nuts.
that's-
Oh yeah.
and that was last year both Texas bands were phenomenal. This year I think Krista Ray had a track, but Burleson still came out swinging with their band. Really nice work there. I think what really helped them out this year though is having a theme that could like unify their ensembles, like
Yeah.
intentions behind their performance. And that's like I think we said this exact
They
thing
had like the
on
prison
the
break,
live show.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's ultimately what a theme is supposed to do. Like a theme is supposed to help point your energy in one direction.
Energy.
Sorry.
Energy counter. Ding.
Yeah. In just a way that will unify your performers, like I guess I already said intentions, but that's really what it's at. And I think that worked in their favor at this competition. They came out and it was much more competitive from their show than last year. Obviously, they were going up against South Jones, who's a proven commodity in that division.
Right.
And South Jones did not disappoint.
No, they did not.
They did
Yeah, I
not.
think
But before we get to South
before-
Jones,
yeah,
I
yeah.
do want to talk about, bro. Like they last year they were kind of here. We were like, oh, like look, great job. Like that was lots of fun. This year they started going, and I was like, from the minute the band started, the kids were in character.
Yeah.
They were all like yelling at each other, hitting each other, hitting each other on stage, like pushing each other around. And they stopped and they turned to the front and they opened their mouths and everyone was kind of like,
all right,
hold on.
They came to play.
And I don't really think that level dropped. I think the execution of the choreo and maybe like some of the blocking issues were probably what really held them down. Like easy points that are dropped, in certain places. That happens, right? You can't really.
Yeah.
It happens to everyone, even the best of the best. But the overall show was great.
I thought it was
I
wonderful.
thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then South Jones went out there and did what South Jones does best.
They just have a thing about them. Case actually said it best. Like every time you get to see a school from Jones County, from Laurel, like really the Hattiesburg area, but like specifically those 3 Jones schools, like they just know how to do it. Like they just know how to put a show together through different directors too, which is really wild. Like they've held their reputation as a unit of schools. I know they don't always like to be clumped together, and that can work to their detriment. But in this instance, like both Jones schools really represented themselves very well. I don't think that the placements like reflect necessarily just how like talented that those kids are. I know South always wants the smoke when it comes to Northeast Jones and especially West Jones.
It's a great rivalry to watch.
And it's just
so much
fun. It's just very fun. And like to other schools at least, and I'll say to me personally, like I've never had like a bad interaction with any of the kids from really any of the kids from any of the Jones schools. And so their rivalry in that sense, like generally is tame, like especially on like comp days.
Yeah.
They save it for the stage, and it's always nice to see. I thought South sounded really, really good. Their choreo, I think, is ultimately where Northeast Jones like edged them out. Like, and that's just because Northeast Jones was on fire.
Dude,
but
I cannot wait to talk about
yeah,
that.
we'll talk about them real soon. But I thought that vocally South was phenomenal. And they've had their moments in the past where I thought choreographically they were up there. Not necessarily in this performance, but I think in general, like the potential there is like through the roof.
Yeah, and I think we need to congratulate them on an undefeated season in middle.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty impressive.
That's pretty
Huge.
impressive.
I really like. So I'm one of my undergrads was history, and so the fact that their theme was the stock market crash, I just thought that was interesting. I've always liked the historical themes. That's why I liked Radium Girls so much. And they have trash cans on the side of the stage that like
that was cool.
pretty
yeah, it's like such a small detail, but like you look at it and you're like, wait, that's actually so sick.
I would really love to see a South Jones Continuum
Yeah.
showdown.
Yeah.
A South Jones Vestavia, Hoover, and Continuum, and throw a Tift in there to make it,
I was shocked
all
that
the
we
states.
didn't like get that this year with like Homewood going to Pedal, but obviously
Where was
things.
South Jones that weekend? Did they not compete?
They were at Pedal.
So then Continuum didn't go.
Continue.
Oh, that's right.
Whatever it was, because we didn't.
It was
get
just
that
Network
moment.
that traveled. Yeah.
But I think that would be that one. It would definitely help out rankings wise, like for us to for everybody to get a picture of what that looks like head to head. Obviously, it's different year to year, but no, I agree with you. I think them and Continuum would put on a real nice show against each other.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun to watch. That being said, we are now moving to Northeast Jones Gold Horizons.
Good Lord.
Amelia Earhart
Yeah.
show. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to their ballad.
Holy, yeah.
Holy, it was insane. Let's see. Do they have a repertoire on the showchoir.com? No,
Probably not. But if it makes it understand just what we're talking about, they actually took the best ballad award off of Brandon at Mississippi Show Choir contest.
So good.
Which, if you've heard Brandon's ballad, you gotta understand
right.
When Northeast Jones is on it, they're on it, and I thought they were really on it at Elite. The thing that got me so in my feels, I think, about their show, you could just tell it was the last time.
They were the first group that day that you could see the seniors on stage, really feel.
Dang. Wow, it's tight.
Whoa.
Dang, 10-9. That's crazy.
So,
for reference, we did just look at the compare feature between Northeast Jones and South Jones.
Yes.
And seeing that it's 10-9 is bonkers. That's crazy close.
I do also want to give the biggest shout out almost in the world to Mr. Ben Schrank, who I highly doubt will ever hear this. He choreographed me my freshman year of high school. I went high school the associate. What was it? Yeah, it was the last year he choreographed for the associate. I don't know. I just feel like we hadn't spoken about him once this season with Northeast Jones. That was my first time seeing the show, to be fair. Their closer was genuinely phenomenal. It also won, I think it won Best Closer off of Brandon.
He does South Jones as well, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, we were talking about him for he was a very hot topic on the live stream on Saturday, which was, I was like, I feel like we haven't spoken about this guy once yet. They didn't win Best Closer here. What did they win? They won it at Mississippi Show Choir contest. So, and they won Best Closer. Okay, yeah. And they didn't place at Biloxi. I mean, this season, you guys, it's been insane. Getting to watch that show, getting to see the the emotion that the seniors really had for it, the passion that they were giving to it. I think everything about it was really special. A huge shame that they didn't make finals at Biloxi. I didn't. Yeah, that's why I forgot that Tupelo's reign of terror was still going on.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Has it stopped?
I don't think so.
It ain't never gonna stop.
You make Tupelo with Brandon Strickland.
Yeah,
please.
You make a great point, Jason. No, I mean Northeast Jones. They were the first group after the dinner break, and that was kind of when I finally accepted my fate of just being completely just like I don't know how to say how tired I was.
Tired, yeah, just
I was
exhausted.
And then they brought me Freebird happened, and they brought me right back into it.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was seriously, I cannot wait to go see that video from Elite because it was a lot. It was a lot of fun, and the room was loving it. People were going crazy. And they were the only person in their division. So what is the Spirit of Gold Award?
Okay, so I want to touch really quickly on the Spirit of Gold Award as well as the Griffin Mangum Shining Star Award, just because I think that those two are some of the most meaningful awards that we get to give out at Elite. Spirit of Gold Award is one that is basically about, it's given to a group that exemplifies what we at Brandon would, hope to see in any group that, travels with show choir. It's humility, it's selflessness, it's genuine just kindness, and how that's reflected on average throughout their population, right? Throughout the group as a whole, and that reflects on the students, on the directors, on the crew, on the parents, on everyone who comes from one school. And when I heard that we were doing that award, there wasn't another group that came to mind, like truly. Just to brag on Northeast Jones as a group, as a company, like they have always had our back as Brandonites. As,
I think it's Brandonian.
Is that what it is?
I think that's what it says on the website.
For real? That's crazy.
What?
Like
Talking about like what you call,
website.
what you
You're
call
Brandonians?
I guess I don't know.
So,
I like
I don't know.
Brandonites more, so I'm gonna keep saying that. But they've always been there for us. We love going to their comp. Like even when I'm just being so real, even when competitions in their general area don't necessarily favor us historically, we always find ourselves at the Northeast Jones Show Choir Classic. They're the goat, Ash, like the dude in charge of their crew, is freaking amazing. Has always been great, been really, really kind with us, remembers us every time we come. Obviously, we've got so much crap, it's hard to forget us, but and every time we see them outside of their competition, it's a party. Like we always love to see them. And now that doesn't mean that is specifically why they won this award, because if that was the only reason they won that award, they'd win it every time because we love them. The reason they won that award is because of how they carried themselves on that day in particular. They were professionals. They were courteous to pretty much every group that they could be courteous to. Obviously, we talked about Ash, but like Ash and his, the dads that were helping out set their stuff up. Like they kept their space, but they did their stuff in a timely manner. Their kids have always been wonderful. We love hanging out with them and getting to know them. So the thing with the Spirit of Gold Award is that similar to what Fairfield does with I think their Heart of their something, I forget what it's called. I feel bad forgetting it, but their version of this award, if you can pull it up,
Jeff Clark
Spirit of Show Choir Award, yes, which is named after an old director of theirs who passed a few years back. One of the things attached to that award is basically free registration for the comp for that next year or whenever they decide to come back. So we loved getting to honor Northeast Jones with that, and tried to repay the favor that Fairfield did for us, and we love that award. The other award that we got to give out to a member of their choir was the Griffin Mangum Shining Star Award, which we have talked about Griffin a lot, and not to, again, kind of like Jason said, like not to get sappy, but like Griffin meant so much to all of us. For those of you who don't know, Griffin Mangum was a member of Brandon Brio and Brandon Blitz when he was in middle school. And in November of his senior year, he suddenly and shockingly passed away, and it really left a hole in the program as a whole. His family was very deep into the thick of it with the show choir and had been for a while. And Griffin never met a stranger and never met somebody who he didn't want to try to become best friends with. And I think more importantly for the show choir side of things, like he performed like no one else. And I think I love the fact that we're able to honor his legacy with this award. And it's basically our overall best performer award. But the caveat to that is that it goes further in saying that this individual, as we've watched throughout the day or throughout a season, has been able to really embody what Griffin, what we would love for Griffin to be remembered for, which is the heart of show choir and just that kindness. So we were really, truly honored to be able to give that to Cruz, right?
Yes.
From Northeast Jones. He stood out. I mean, he stood out
Yeah.
way back
Oh
at
my
freaking Mississippi Show Choir contest. I remember thinking like, this kid is getting it. So not a shock that it was him. to be chosen for this. And we love Northeast Jones so much. They had a great show that day, placing obviously first in their division because they were the only ones there, but also third overall, which I thought was very well earned.
I'm reading out awards, and I'm like, well, I guess the large division. They already start cheering and getting ready. They're the only one in their division.
They were right in front of the stage too. It was really funny.
That was so good.
That's funny.
Well,
That being said,
Let's say for time's sake, let's go ahead and hop on to.
yes,
we're gonna do it
I'm
overall.
going to disappear and make sure my stuff for trivia is ready.
Cool. We'll
So
wrap up and
yell
talk
for
about
me
Encore
whenever
and ambassadors.
You're ready.
bouquet. All right, your overall placements go as follows. Your 5th overall, Northwest Rankin High School, the Allure.
Who we've talked about.
Yes. Your 4th overall, South Jones Junior Senior High School Company.
Congratulations. We've also talked about them.
3rd place overall, Northeast Jones Gold Horizons.
Just got finished talking about them.
Your 2nd overall with Best Ballad, Jackson Academy Encore. And I think we can go ahead and start talking about them.
Yeah.
So they're just saying that Jay decides to do anytime they go to Elite. And they're just like, hey, by the way, we're going to put on like one of the best shows you've ever seen right now.
Yeah.
Whether that be the best show, one of the best shows of their season, one of the best just in general dancing performances we've seen this season from a choir who is like probably not the first group you think of when you think strong dancing group.
Charlie Woodward's calling me.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Cool. I mean, their ballad.
Wonderful.
Yeah, they won Best Ballad, right? Yeah, they did. Everything about the show had energy behind it. You could also see that it was their seniors' last show. Everything revolving around, this being their last show. They really went out and put a show on. I mean, we knew it was going to be a dogfight. They went last on the day, aside from Brio, obviously. They really put up a good argument for it. After the whole day was done, we were like, you know what? If I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet because we don't know.
Yeah.
The general consensus after they performed was like, oh, well, like we have no idea.
Yeah.
And not just from us, but like, parents,
Everybody.
kids who were watching. Like no one knew what was going to happen. So it was really cool to have that happen, for the group to put up such like a phenomenal fight. And like, I mean, it was just a good show.
Yeah,
If you get the chance
overall.
to go back and watch it, please. Do you have any?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was really nice. You kind of said everything I wanted to say about it.
Oops.
No, it's perfectly fine. Time-wise, it's great.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, the one thing I remember about their show is that it felt very consistent throughout the first, like, 4 numbers, and their closer hit, and I was like, whoa.
They danced down.
Yeah,
I don't mean
danced
like
into the freaking
I
floor,
don't want to say like literally downward, but like it feels like they're so like centered.
Yeah.
When they start moving in their closer, the movement is so intense and it was clean. It was tight. I really love how like the 3 girls in the front they do their final thing and then they just split. And they just all 3 drop that into a split with their hands up like it's nothing.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
nuts.
okay, I've only seen one other choir do that.
Yeah.
It's Center Grove Sound System.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that's people just have that.
Yeah,
That's
it was
insane. But then your number 1 on the day
Yep.
with best vocal. Here, let's go. Bear with me. Best vocals, best visuals, best overall production, best opener, best closer, best soloist Kaylee Summers, best overall performer Braylon Brinson, best overall performer Kayla King, and overall grand champion Northwest Rankin High School, the Ambassadors. Now, before we talk about their show, I want to talk about what I said on the broadcast before they went on. You had mentioned something about their director leaving, Tony Keeler, and this being their last show together with him. You said, do you think the emotions are going to get the best of them? Basically, not word for word, basically.
Yeah, that's basically what I asked. I proposed the idea.
I said, what if they help? What if the emotions play into their performance? And then I said, and then I did a little something like this. I went, something bad's going to happen. Something's going to go wrong, whether that be the first number in the warm-up room, where they're on stage doing something, whatever. Something's going to happen. And then they're going to turn around and people are going to talk about this performance, this run here at this, venue for years to come because of how impactful, how energized it was. And I I said this knowing full and well that I was most likely going to be wrong. They're going to create a moment that we will all get to look back on and smile about. And then before the show started, he looks at me and you're like, dude, I'm like really nervous. Boom.
Yep.
We look at the stage and one of their light trusses has just landed on the stage. We thought, I personally thought a kid was dead under there or something. And the whole room goes silent. And there's no curtain so everyone can see it. The whole room goes silent and everyone just kind of looks around and Tony Keeler's standing on the front of the stage. And he goes, let's keep going. Come on. I talked to him on the phone after the competition. He says, we don't design our show around screens.
Yeah.
We can do our show without them. We've done it before. Get them off, is what he told to the kids. So they said, yes, sir. They picked them up, and they picked up the truss that fell, and the screen is like this.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah, they took their side trusses off with the extra side screens on. And I do remember the feeling in the moment of being like,
it was just sheer panic.
Like, I just don't know. I don't want, like, I remember thinking like, I don't want this to affect their performance in a negative way. Because I know morale-wise, even though obviously like you can say it enough, like the screens don't matter. When you're used to an element of a show, being there and whether it's ridiculously helpful or not, like one piece gets removed and it does feel different, or it can feel different. And so that was a concern going into it for sure.
Part of me wanted to go back there and be like, hey, like, is everything like, try and help them move stuff off and like everyone, everyone just like relax and everything. I sat there and they got it figured out. It took a second, but they got, it all figured out. Then the show started, and, the first half of their show is, it's nice and melodic. It's flowy. They're very musical about the way they sound and the way they dance. Their ballad was gorgeous. You could tell that there were lots of emotions on stage for sure. And then the sparks start, literally, like the literal sparks start flying. And Miss Kaylee Summers comes on in that red romper and starts singing. She said, hit me one time, boom. And I was like, uh-oh. She said, hit me 2 times, boom, boom. Uh-oh. Hit me 3 times, boom, boom, boom. Ball game.
Yeah. That's what it felt like. From then on, the show was nuts. I've said this. I said this on the live stream too, and for time's sake, we'll kind of just let this be the last thing we say about it. But as far as a last show for Tony Keeler at Northwest, it really is a testament to working out the kinks of a formula.
Yeah.
For the past few years, really last year's where it kind of started to show and didn't work as well. But the idea of having the front half of your show be very scorecard central and working out the this is where I'm going to get my vocal points. This is where I'm going to ease into the visual points. This is where I'm going to make sure these judges know my kids can sing. And then the back half of the show is very dance heavy, but it's also like the kids are going to have fun with these songs. And I think that is a formula. It's a way of doing this. And I thought last year it was fun. It just didn't work as well. This year was a whole other level. Where I feel like last year there was moments of dancing taking away from vocal integrity in the back half of the show. This year the vocal integrity stayed, and it was just the intensity of the movements that went through the roof. Northwest kids can dance. They just flat out can.
Yeah.
And get to do Sam and Nikki's choreo in such a vibrant way, a way that really gives life to the intention behind what they're doing. I just thought it was amazing. Their closer is like a 5-minute Usher medley, and they used up every bit of those 5 minutes.
I mean, it is incredible.
It was nuts.
They went out there and they made a moment out of it, right?
Yeah, they did.
The thing went wrong. They said, okay, watch this. It doesn't matter. They put on a show. It was extremely impressive. That rounds out the last show choir competition in the South this
Yep.
year. We just did it, guys. Round of applause, everyone. Yay.
Yay!
my
With that
gosh,
being
we're so
said,
tired.
we are going to move on to the sad final segment of Coach O's trivia time.
He will appear
Coach O will appear
in
in
3,
3,
2, 1.
Hey guys. My most expensive costume yet. Only
few
$2
$1,000.
million
Yeah.
to get this costume.
All right, we don't got that much time, so let's run it.
Yeah, I blame Northeast Jones for having a good enough show for us to talk about it for 15 minutes.
Probably true. Shout up and
Well, let's get started with this season's last Coach O's trivia time. And I can finally delete this notes app out of my phone for a little bit.
For a little bit.
You're going to have to close that. The computer. Close the
Oh.
computer. Question 1. Homewood High School in Birmingham, Alabama is home to 3 choirs in the Network, Nexus, and Continuum. In what year did their single gender and intermediate mixed choirs change their names from the Legacy and the Associate, respectively? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
2012.
Oh, I don't know if you were saying it right there. It's 2022.
What else would I have been counting down to?
So when we have to stop, we have to have our answers. It's 22.
Yeah.
I mean, I know.
You're right.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what else.
2012?
I don't know, man. I
I didn't know it was 22.
What?
Dude, that, like, the only reason I knew that it was then was because in their bios, it says they have only existed for 5 years, which I don't think is the way they should.
Which is,
do that.
I also don't agree with that.
But I was like, what are they talking about? That's when they changed their names.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I had no clue.
And like the formatting of the choir, like
didn't know
Associate
that at
was
all.
only freshman guys with upperclassmen, sophomore through senior girls, and then now Continuum is all freshmen. And Legacy, you had to be a freshman girl in there, and then it was freshman through senior girls, but now Nexus is sophomore through senior girls. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah.
Question 2. Northwest Rankins High School's The Ambassadors successfully swept their second straight Brandon Show Choir Elite. Last year in 2025, they won the Grand Championship as well as Best Vocals, Best Visuals, Best Overall Production, and the Griffin Mangum Shining Star Award. How many captions did the Ambassadors win at this year's Elite? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
8.
It is 8. Best vocals, visuals, overall production, opener, closer, soloist in a show, male performer, and female performer. Oh, that doesn't include
They
the
also
fact that they got
I was
the
gonna
top
say.
3 female solo comp winners. Those girls, I stole the line from Jackson Prep when whoever was reading it out said, "And Charlie, I don't know what you're putting in the water,"
Yeah,
whenever
yeah,
they
yeah.
got that. So I said that as well whenever I was reading out the winner.
Yeah, they had
Those-
all 3 of the
those
top.
kids-
He
started going
shot when you said
crazy.
and Tony Kier, he went. He was like, "Yep."
I don't know what they're feeding them over there.
Food.
Probably.
Yeah.
That you
If I
might,
had-
you
if I
might
had
be
to
right.
guess.
You might
Question
be
3.
right.
Just earlier today, Mr. Clark Piercy revealed himself as Season 4 of Mississippi Show Choir Memes, continuing a 4-year-long tradition of revealing the owner following the Brandon Show Choir Elite. Clark breaks the streak of owners attending the University of Alabama, but continues an attempt at passing the account to a new alma mater every year. Of which Mississippi Show Choir was Clark a member?
Yeah.
5,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1.
South Jones.
Okay.
The South Jones
I thought-
Company, making him our first owner from the middle mixed division.
I was like, wait, MC. No, Annalise. Bang. Yep. Next.
And next year it's going to you, Dobbs. With our first
Not
pick
even
in the
from
Show Choir Memes
Mississippi.
draft. Wouldn't that be crazy? That's how we do it. We just announce it randomly on live, and they're just stuck with it. Oh. Question 4. Show Choir Nationals is the premier event of the show choir season. Every year, the best of the best come together to present exhilarating performances for audiences and judges alike. Center Grove Sound System blew away the competition with their Phantom of the Opera themed show, completing the sweep this year. This year as well, there were no changes in placements from prelims to finals. What year was the last time that this phenomenon occurred? I'll give a few more seconds. Whenever you're ready for the countdown, I'll do it.
Is it in the 2020s?
No.
Okay. I didn't think
How
so.
many nationals have there been?
Since 2003.
In the 2020s, because they didn't have it in 2020
so
or
4.
21, so just 4. But no, close though. So that's your hit.
Okay.
All right, yeah, I'm good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
2019.
2018. North Central swept.
Because Homewood didn't jump.
Fairfield Senior, Homewood, ATSC, Finlay, Cedar Rapids. In that order in prelims and finals.
North Central was so good that year,
That's
dude.
that's an
Oh my
iconic show. That
gosh,
is one of
dude.
the-
Oh, it was so good.
Question 5. Grenada High School is home to the competitive large mix show choir Visions in North Mississippi. Their 2019 show, Killer King, put them on the regional stage, with their 2020 show, Da Vinci, solidifying Grenada as a force to be reckoned with in the South. Having competed against both Brio and Homewood in this year, what was the theme of their COVID show in 2021?
I have no idea.
I know this one.
They competed against both Brandon and Homewood this year. That's the only reason I included this question.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they were at Oak
They were
Mountain,
at
weren't they?
Oak Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Count us
Yeah.
down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tower of Babel.
Tower of Babel.
Romeo and the Tower of Babel?
Yeah.
I like to believe that every year after that they kept doing Romeo and somebody else
Yeah.
and kept going. And that was their 2022 thing.
Okay,
But yes,
I
it
didn't
was
know.
Tower of Babel.
It was
Good
Tower
guess, though.
Tower of Babel in Paris, right?
I don't think so. I
Nope.
don't think it's in Paris.
No, and Paris.
No, I don't think it's in Paris.
Okay, cool.
Question 6.
What?
This year, the South debuted 4 brand new competitive show choirs.
Uh-oh.
Asides from Hamilton the Legacy.
Really?
Name one of the other 3
4?
schools that just finished their inaugural season.
Question: does this include schools that didn't compete?
What are you talking about? I'm sure one of them didn't compete. I think.
Is this
so,
in-
right?
is this
Do I have to,
Just-
how many do I have to name?
Is
One
this
of them.
high
all?
school or
Okay, I got
does
them.
middle school
It's
count?
high school.
Okay.
Do you have to say that
So
their
name-
choir name as well?
No.
Okay, cool.
Just their school or their choir name. I'm not gonna be.
Okay, cool. I got
stiff
one.
about it. Yes, just name one of the 3.
Wait.
So,
I got it. I've got one. I don't know their group name. Okay, cool,
Just
cool.
say the school that they're from.
Okay.
I know I'm going to be wrong, but it's on a technicality. But yeah, sure.
Good.
Let's find out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hattiesburg.
But they competed before in like 2013 or something like that.
I'm counting it.
Oh, let's go,
Hattiesburg
bang.
Yes. Hattiesburg, Houston Academy, and Lowndes County.
Lowndes, okay.
So one in Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. Lowndes County being called Viking Cantors.
Freaking
Beat
sick.
Appling.
Awesome name, by the way. That's a cool name. Let's go on to question 7. Spain Park High School in Birmingham, Alabama, first began in 2002 before taking a 2-year hiatus in 2010 and returning in 2012 as Rhapsody in Blue. Which of the following was the name of Spain Park Show Choir from 2002 to 2009? So this is multiple choice, and your options are Park Singers, Park Harmony, Park Symphony, or A Day at the Park.
Got it.
3, 2, 1.
Park Singers.
It was Park Singers. Very good. Park Harmony was the name of their single gender choir that existed from 2010 to 2015.
That's cool.
And the other 2 I made up.
Day in the
A
Park.
Day in the Park was cool.
The boys.
I was like, I don't want to have Park at the front of it. I was just going to say Park from Speedrunners, but I don't think you guessed that one.
if you put it at sea, I mean, you never know.
Yeah, exactly. Question 8. Former Meme Page and Mississippi Show Choir Page co-owner Trey Holman began writing for a homeroom show choir as their Southern contributor in 2023. How many articles has Trey contributed to homeroom?
Dude, there's so many.
4.
I look like
I don't
I'm wearing
know.
a dress. I feel like I gotta cover up.
I don't know.
So
I'm just gonna take a stab
I'm just
at
gonna
it.
say it's a lot. That's your hint. It's your hint.
It's not triple digits yet.
It's not triple digits.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
50.
It is 80
Oh my god.
in 3 years.
Oh my god.
I
I
was
thought
at
80 was
51.
too high, bro. I was like 70 or 80, but I'm like, no way.
I was trying to think of how many comps I've traveled to, and
Yeah, I
or how
guess.
many weekends there have been competitions and stuff
Yeah.
like that in the last 3 years.
Dang, dude. Bro's been working.
He has.
All right.
I think he
Question.
is one of the most articles
Probably
written by a
is,
single
yeah.
person at homeroom, at least in his time. Question 9. Pascagoula High School has housed the competitive choir Impact from 2004 to 2011. Impact regularly shook up results in the South, winning Middle Division and Large Division regularly. With music arranged by David Fair and choreography by Sean Eck, which well-known Southern director began their show choir career at this high school?
Do you know?
No, but I'm trying to think about it. I've got a guess.
Is this director currently directing a large mixed choir?
They are currently directing a large mixed choir. I guess there's
In the
no
South.
I have a guess.
Pascagoula.
And it would make sense geographically, but also like time wise, I think. I could be really wrong. Count us down.
Yeah,
5,
I think
4,
I think we go with
3, 2, 1.
Shauna
Susan
Luckett.
Coakley?
It was Shauna Luckett.
Okay, that was my
Yes.
second guess.
That's good because
Coakley.
she started
at Northwest,
right?
then
I
went
didn't
to
know she was
Biloxi.
somewhere before.
I didn't know if there was. I didn't know
Yeah,
she was somewhere
yeah,
before. That's
yeah.
where I was
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, but no, Shauna Luckett. That was really. I had to do some.
Yeah,
that was good.
that was my
That
first.
was
That was
good.
my first guess. When did she get to pedal? 2012.
2012, yes.
Really?
I
Yeah,
believe so.
So who was the OG?
I don't remember.
Who's to say? Maybe we'll find out next year on the warm-up room. Question 10. Your final question of Coach O's trivia time for this season. In honor of the final episode of season 3, I will dedicate this question to the two of you. The first episode of the warm-up room debuted on Spotify on January 16th, 2024.
What was the title?
Since then, it was close to
Okay,
that.
because I would have not known.
Oh no!
It was gonna be that, but the title was way too long. and
Oh,
so
God.
so I didn't include
Something, and how we got here.
Yeah, I
Yes.
get. Yeah.
It was gonna be a multiple choice, but it was
Okay,
too long a
okay.
title. Since then, we've experienced 3 great years of
Feels
y'all's
like so
partnership.
long ago.
Not counting this current session, how many episodes has the warm-up room posted on Spotify?
Does this count the draft?
Yes.
Okay.
It's whatever. I just went through and I counted all of them. So not counting this, how many episodes are on Spotify?
So there was
right now?
12 in season. Are we in season 3 right now? Yeah, there was 12 in season 2. What is this? This is 11.
No.
This is 12.
No.
What?
13, 14, 15, 16.
We just had 10 was last week, right?
Mm-mm.
This is week 11 for you.
Week 11 of
Didn't you guys miss
traveling.
Didn't you guys miss a week though?
It's week 11 of or week 10 of
We also
traveling.
did week 0.
Yeah. Keep that in mind. I've got a guess, but I think I'm probably wrong. It's
My
a
mom's gonna be
ballpark.
so mad I got this all wrinkly again. We
Okay.
It's a
enjoyed
ballpark.
it.
Okay.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
36.
35 episodes. This one we are recording right now.
See, it's in our
It's
blood. We know.
36.
We know.
That's
Very
kind of
good.
nuts,
Okay,
though.
very
Actually,
good.
That was a really nice.
Yeah. Rip all the questions.
that's a
I
good
never
one.
got to
That's a good one.
Incorporate.
All right. So with the last couple of minutes, I just want us to go down the line. Dobbs, we'll start with you.
Uh-oh.
If you can come up with one word to describe the 2026 show choir season, what would it be?
Bonkers.
Snaps. Jason?
A lot.
That's
So like that. Okay, I get you.
Just a lot.
That's like yeah.
It's just a lot happening
Yeah.
this year.
All right. Your snaps.
two.
Hyphenated.
No, I like to put them together, like I did like in the 4th grade.
Yeah.
I would say unpredictable.
That's good.
I know that we could talk for days about this, but we're going to wrap up here with the final episode of the season. To all of you out there who've been listening throughout this entire season, and those of you who've been coming in middle of the season, thank you. We really appreciate it. This has been undoubtedly the biggest year that we've had.
100%.
We have gotten more opportunities to grow as broadcasters, as show choir people, but also as people in general throughout this season, and none of that would happen without the word of mouth, really, that has just been coming from you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming up and talking to us this year.
Meeting all of you guys has been so much fun. Like parents, kids, directors. I mean, whatever. It has truly been so much fun to get to know all of you guys, whether you're from California, Florida, Ohio, or any other place that we've been, gone to, seen. It's been so much fun getting to learn,
blessing.
Getting to watch, getting to laugh, sometimes getting even to cry with all of you guys watching all of these amazing shows.
Yeah, we know this is niche. We know this is not. This is not like this.
Road to 1 million
was. I think this was never. This was never going to be something that that broke through any sort of glass ceiling, right? Like we didn't think this would be. We didn't have the grandest of ambitions for this.
Shout out Northwest.
Shout out Northwest. Yeah, right. But what you guys have done with this is just embrace what we're bringing to the table, and when you've asked for more, we've done our darndest to give you more. And we plan on doing this again, obviously. We've got a lot in the pipeline right now.
A lot's gonna change.
A lot's gonna change here for next year. We're working on some stuff that will hopefully make us even more accessible to you guys, and we'll be able to see and meet more of you next year. But
I think we're going to be together
a lot more
next year as well,
which is already huge because we were
we're
already together way more than we have been in the past. I think it's helped us out quite a bit. But if you want to see more, keep in touch, keep following.
There will be more content as the season dies down. I think we've got
stuff
all
come
those
out.
interviews to put out.
They're all going to come out. I said they're all going to come out on Instagram. I still want to do some stuff in the summer that's loose and not heavy, just fun stuff that's not
might be some random live stream at
random
SCA or
live
something
stream.
like that.
We'll see. But with all that being said, for the last time of the year, shout out to my mom, shout out to Dobbs' mom, shout out to Jason's mom, and
Hit it, Dobbs.
Make sure to warm up that room.